Ladies and gentlemen, it is now 6:45 PM and a quorum of members is present. So the meeting of the Board of Education of the School District of New Berlin is called to order. Please call the roll.
Ms. Crosby?
Here.
Mr. Helmer?
Here.
Ms. Connick?
Here.
Ms. Schultz?
Here.
Mr. Seidel? Ms. Spindler?
Here.
Mr. Zelinski?
I'm sorry. Too soon. Mr. Seidel did let me know he will not be attending this evening. Then I would entertain a motion to recess to closed session.
I move to adjourn into closed session pursuant to section 19.85, 1C, E, and F of the Wisconsin statutes to consider A, the approval of closed session minutes of May 13th, and B, the employment, performance, and compensation matters pertaining to staff, and C, class size update.
Second.
I have a motion by Ms. Crosby and a second by Mr. Helmer. Please call the roll.
Ms. Crosby?
Yes.
Mr. Helmer?
Yes.
Ms. Connick?
Yes.
Ms. Schultz?
Yes.
Ms. Spindler?
Yes.
Mr. Zelinski?
Yes.
We're moving into closed session. Return to open session around 7 o'clock. It's now 7:22 PM, and we are returning from closed session into open session. In recognition of the serious and important nature of our efforts here, we will join in the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. For all those who are able, please rise. And now for those who wish to prepare for the meeting, we will have a moment of silence. This is a public meeting of the Board of Education. Prior to this meeting, notice was given to the public last Friday by providing the agenda to the City Library. The agenda was also posted on the district website. A copy of the agenda was forwarded to the Journal Sentinel, the Waukesha Freeman, and the Waukesha Now, all of which have filed requests for all public notices. We have some recognitions this evening. The first is World Affairs Seminar recipients.
Okay, is Rose and Veronica here? So, Board, I'm happy to announce our delegates for the World Affairs students that will be our delegates for the district this year. So this will happen on June 22nd through June 28th. And as you know, we've had students who have attended before, but I would like for each of you to introduce yourself real quick and just like one sentence about what you're looking forward to for this experience.
Hi, I'm Veronica Lowe, and I'm excited to meet everyone from around the world and also learn about what I can see and visiting everything.
Hi, I'm Rose Kavanaugh, and I'm excited to have a chance to widen my view on political science and government at a global stage.
So real quick, just to remind us of what the mission is for World Affairs, to build global leaders and citizens through an international seminar with an innovative, rigorous, and academic program. And they also get to do a lot of co-curricular type activities with people around the world. So we're very happy that you'll be representing us. So Rose, congratulations. And Veronica, this is for you. Congratulations.
Next is the Herb Cole Teacher Fellowship recipients.
Hello, I am Jamie Veal, the principal at Elmwood Elementary, and I am honored here. I'm honored to be here this evening to talk about Jess Albert. Jess came to Elmwood as a transfer from Ronald Reagan, one of my first years at Elmwood, and at that time I had no idea what a gift she would be to our school and students. I have had the privilege of working alongside Jess for the past 10 years at Elmwood, first as the associate principal and now principal. Over this decade, I have had the great opportunity to witness Jess's incredible dedication, leadership, and unwavering commitment to our students, staff, and families. She is a distinguished educator in all areas and continues to go above and beyond her role exemplifying Elmwood's belief of every child is my child. She is a team leader, a very organized TAG liaison, leader of our student council, school leadership chair that supports our school goals, and overall, she is just an amazing person. During our time together, I have also seen her most important job, becoming a mom. To see her adorable Jordy has been such a joy. She continues to make a huge impact in our school community, and we are thrilled that she has received the Herb Cole honor this year. I couldn't think of an educator more deserving.
I learned how to do that tonight, and I just wanted to do that in front of everybody. Dan showed the entire audience. I've been here for 19 years, and I did not know how to do that right there. So my name is Michael Fesmer. I'm very proud to be the principal at New Berlin West, and I have the opportunity to talk about 3 different individuals. I have 2 certificates, and I get to talk about 3 people tonight. The first one I'd like to talk about is Diane Hudai. Diane is an English teacher, a speech teacher, and teaches our C2 class to our introductory students at New Berlin West. She's not able to be with us tonight, but as we are recognizing Cole Fellows, I want to make sure that I have her name in front of you as one of our outstanding educators. She's been in the district for a number of years. She was at West when I was back at Eisenhower, and then when I transferred over to West, I was able to work with her more closely. Wonderfully passionate about students. She's a person who is able to create the connection with students of all different levels, all different ages, all different skill sets, and build that connection with them to support their growth. So, not able to be with us, but I want to make sure she's recognized. So, Diane Hudai. Next, I do this a little bit different, Dana. I'm sorry. So, I'll let you hold something. I told Dana that she was going to have to talk for about 5 minutes. She goes, "What's different?" Like, that's nothing new. Dana is an educator in our technical education area. We call it CTE, or Career and Technical Education area, and has brought an enormous amount of talent to our district. She is split between the 2 buildings right now, so both Eisenhower and West are supported by her services. At West, she teaches primarily middle school students, sometimes a high school every once in a while, but at Eisenhower, I think where she really found her space was in the area where you get to talk about flying planes. And that's probably her biggest passion. So when we talk about different things she does, she connects with students in many different ways. She runs a tremendous number of clubs and organizations. She has success at state and national levels that if I started listing them, I would be here for a very, very long time. We're really pleased to be able to honor you as one of the state's top educators with the Herb Cole Fellowship, and we're very appreciative that you're a member of our school district. So Matt's been here, well, for 10. Matt Hunt's been here for 10 years. And Matt started right about the time I was making my transition to West. And actually, he was at West, and then he served for a period of time in our district office and really overseeing career and technical education. So when we start talking about some of those work experience places for students, he had that role as a district-wide role for a couple of years. And then he came back into, along with that role, came back into a counselor role at New Berlin West. And what I would say about Matt is Matt does his job extremely, extremely well. And one of the things Matt and I have gone to early on in my time at West, I think we figured out that we don't always agree on things. And that's a good thing. To have an educator who's willing to give you that dissonance, who's willing to give you that positive push to try and make things better for students is really important. And to be able to have that balance and have that connection is outstanding. Matt's got a tremendous connection to people in our community and opportunities for our students to engage in different activities within our community. We're fortunate at West, he is the 2nd member of our student services team who's received this award in 2 years. We have an outstanding team over there, and Matt's really been a blessing to our district. I really enjoyed working with him throughout my time, so congratulations.
Thank you. Privilege of the floor, do we have any this evening?
We do.
Oh, okay. So meetings of the board are conducted for the purpose of carrying on the business of the schools and therefore are not public meetings, but meetings held in public. This portion of the meeting is an opportunity for you to come and voice your concerns to the board, so please do not be offended when we quietly listen. We may even take notes. We do not immediately respond to your questions and comments. This is time for you to talk and us to listen. Thank you for coming to voice your comments and concerns. When I call your name, please step up to the microphone, address the chair, and state your name and whether or not you are a resident in this school district. Each presentation is be restricted to a maximum of 3 minutes. Privilege of the floor will be limited to 1/2 hour. Presentations are not to be designed for purposes of engaging others in a debate in this forum. Discussion of certified, classified, or professional personnel or of individual Board of Education members should not be considered an appropriate topic for this forum, and the speaker will be ruled out of order. Amy Galati? Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Amy Glady. This is my son, Rowan. We're residents of New Berlin, and Rowan is in 4th grade at Orchard Lane. We are here today to express our disappointment regarding the increase in the 4th grade class size and to advocate for a return to the 3-classroom teacher structure for this grade in the upcoming school year. Our family moved to New Berlin in 2018, 1 year before Rowan was to start kindergarten. We specifically chose New Berlin because of the school district's excellent reputation and high ratings. We've had a positive educational experience until this past year, when during the Meet the Teacher night, just a week before the start of the current school year, we learned that the 3-teacher classroom structure was changing and class sizes were significantly increasing. Having had the opportunity to be present in my son's classroom this year, I've observed a concerning trend. The physical space of the classroom is notably small, resulting in a cramped environment where the students appear to be on top of each other at times. This congestion, coupled with the presence of 28 10-year-olds, has created significant challenges for the teacher. Due to the limited space and the large number of students, a considerable amount of instructional time is devoted to discipline rather than teaching. This imbalance hinders the teacher's ability to provide personalized instruction, engage in one-on-one interaction, and address the diverse needs of each student effectively. As a result, it becomes evident that the current educational expectations are not being adequately met. With the school year quickly coming to a close, I understand that time is limited. However, I respectfully request that you consider taking a visit to Orchard Lane during a regular school day. By observing the 4th grade classroom firsthand, I am confident that you will gain a deep understanding and appreciation for the concerns that we as parents have expressed regarding the class size. I stand before you today as a deeply concerned parent, wholeheartedly advocating for the well-being and educational experience of our children. As parents, we entrust the school board, the superintendent, and the Orchard Lane administration with the responsibility of ensuring an optimal learning environment for our children. With utmost respect, I kindly request that the district thoroughly reevaluates the current class size situation and takes the necessary steps to restore the 3-classroom structure for this particular grade moving forward, ensuring our children receive the attention and support they undeniably deserved. I trust that our shared commitment to the success of our students will guide your decision-making process. Thank you for your time and your attention to this matter.
Thank you. So I do have a president's message this evening, and it is in regards to class size. So we've had many come and speak to us over the last few meetings, as well as there having been a petition submitted. So I just want to let you know we've heard you. We understand your concerns that are being raised about class sizes. This has already been a priority of the school board. We actually started over a year ago monitoring class sizes on a regular basis, and more closely so than we have in the past. And we continue to receive regular reports from the administration. And the board has made it clear to the administration that we are supportive of adding sections if necessary. So before each school year starts, the administration takes another look at class sizes and makes adjustments as needed. Nothing is locked in right now. Decisions are made in the summer. Mr. Garza will later fill you in on details during his superintendent update, just to give a little more fill in how that goes. Our main goal is to give our students the best learning experience possible, while also being smart about how we use our resources. If you have any specific concerns about your own child's experience in his or her classroom, please don't hesitate to reach out to your school's principal and discuss it with them. So we really do thank you for your feedback. Please keep it coming. Now for the administrative team report. Do you want to start with superintendent update?
Yeah, I'll just piggyback on what you had just mentioned. You know, we will continue to look at class sizes throughout. we actually start monitoring class sizes this time. Actually, we probably started about a month ago looking at class sizes for next school year. We will continue to monitor those on a weekly basis, and that includes members of the superintendent's cabinet, the district office team, which includes the student services director, the elementary teacher, or teaching and learning director, and then we consult with our principals to determine, first of all, enrollments, and making sure that we are monitoring withdrawals from schools as well as enrollments into school to ensure that the class sizes are actually accurate moving into next school year. As we monitor them, then we do actually determine not just on solid numbers, the actual number itself, but as President Schultz just mentioned, specific student need, where one classroom in one side, one school, say, of 27 compared to a school with another section of 27. 27 and 27 is not always 27 and 27. There's certainly higher needs in some areas, less needs at that. And so we actually take a look at things like students with disabilities in those sections comparatively. We also look at students with for example, language barriers, and then determine, if we need additional support, whether it's actually an additional teacher, or sometimes it could be a special education assistant that's supporting that, or another regular ed student learning assistant that's supporting that. And so we will continue to monitor this throughout the next several weeks. Certainly, as Ms. Schultz mentioned, we do have finite resources, but certainly we want to make sure that we are doing what's best on behalf of our students. And certainly we'll want to honor the past as well as the future based on the numbers that we've used, and have, quite honestly, we are a very successful school district, very high achieving, but we also look at the achievement of those respective grade levels as well. And so with that, again, just know that while there may not be an imminent determination, that we will closely look at it, monitor it, and certainly put our best foot forward as we monitor the numbers. Well, thank you for sharing your concern.
And now we have a very special recognition of our West student representative, Angelina Dorshak.
Yeah, so what I'd like to, ladies and gentlemen, it is with great pride that we recognize Ms. Angelina Dorshak as she completes her term as a student representative for the school district's Board of Education. Angelina has consistently demonstrated remarkable work ethic, challenging herself in her pursuit of academic excellence. She's an advocate for her own learning, actively working with teachers and fellow students to elevate her educational journey. She has taken on and successfully completed rigorous coursework to support her future goals. Her career aspirations in architecture or civil engineering are a testament to her ambition and dedication. Beyond her academic achievements, Angelina has taken on numerous leadership roles. She has served as the captain of our school golf team, vice president of the French Honor Society, and a member of the math team. Her involvement in various student activities, community events, and volunteer work highlights her commitment to making a positive impact within our school and greater community. As one of 2 volunteer student representatives on our school board, Angelina has provided invaluable insights and represented her peers well throughout her term of service. Her leadership is truly commendable and has been supportive to the growth of our district. Angelina, we are grateful for your contributions. Your dedication, drive, and caring nature have made a lasting impact on our school and community. We have no doubt that you will continue to excel in all your future endeavors. Thank you, Angelina, for your exceptional service, and best of luck in all that lies ahead. Anything you'd like to add before we get into your update, Angelina?
Well, first, I'd just like to say thank you not only to Mr. Garza and Ms. Warkel, but the entire school board for allowing me this position for the past 2 years. I appreciate the role I was granted, and I hope my insights and my knowledge have helped inform you about the school culture here at West. So on to my final update. The final stretch of the school year is here. With only 2 weeks left, students are eagerly preparing for final exams and projects before summer break. AP exams are now over, and AP students are taking the rest of the year to complete projects and celebrate their achievements this year. Last week, the AP Physics students went to Six Flags. While there, a combination of multiple physics classes worked together, compiling all of the content they've learned this year to solve physics problems. These questions involved various attractions and roller coasters in the park, so students could enjoy the thrill of the ride and twist their brains with perplexing questions. Our education students had the opportunity to observe at MPS Maryland Ave Montessori School, delving into the Montessori method and comparing it to their SDNB elementary school field placements. They also explored the UW-Milwaukee Curriculum Library to gather ideas for lesson planning at the elementary level. 3 of our talented music students were selected for the prestigious Wisconsin School Music Association State Honors Music Project. 2 juniors, Gavin Coplin and Emily Peel, as well as sophomore John Griffin, demonstrated exceptional musical ability and identify as some of Wisconsin's finest high school musicians. Our New Berlin West academic decathlon team secured 2nd place at Nationals in Division II, while also clinching the Rookie of the Year team award and returning with 24 overall individual medals. A few weeks ago, we held our annual signing day for committed seniors. We celebrated 16 athletes from New Berlin West who've committed to playing their sport at a collegiate level. Our middle school SALU is sponsoring the 8th grade dance on May 31st for 8th graders to celebrate the end of their middle school journey at a Hollywood-themed dance, as well as the prom ceremony that was held last week with photos taking place at the Botanical Gardens and students hitting the dance floor at the Brookfield Conference Center. The week leading up held our Prom Spirit Week, which filled the school with color and crazy outfits, truly bringing our school community together at our pep rally. Seniors have an action-packed few weeks ahead of them. Tomorrow night, we are honoring the successes of our students at our Senior Awards Night. This will take place from 7 to 9 p.m. in the PAC for students who have received scholarships, grants, or other accolades related to post-secondary education. On June 5th, we are holding another night of celebration at the Bass Bay Brew House, holding our senior banquet, creating a memorable occasion to honor our graduating class. And our most anticipated event, graduation, will be held on June 8th with doors opening at 8:30 and the commencement ceremony beginning at 10 a.m., marking the end of high school for our 2024 senior class. Once again, thank you everyone so much for this position. I'm so grateful for my role and everything I've been able to do. Thank you so much.
Next, we have our district reports, which include the incident report, the enrollment report, the suspension report, and the donation report. I know Mr. Seidel is not here this evening. Do I have somebody else who would volunteer to read the donation report?
I'd be happy to.
Okay. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I recognize you.
Go ahead.
Oh,
Sounds good.
Yes, you may read the donation report for us.
Okay, for New Berlin West, Wisconsin.
Oh, this is a big one.
It is. It is a big one. Wisconsin Umpire Association to support New Berlin, support baseball at New Berlin West, $250. Eisenhower Track and Field Booster Club, support Eisenhower with a Fund 21 equipment purchase of $1,000. Orchard Lane PFC, support Orchard Lane with bus funds for a 2nd grade field trip to Reisner, $624.86. Poplar Creek PTO, support Poplar Creek with bus funds for a 3rd grade field trip, $500. Poplar Creek PTO, support Poplar Creek with bus funds for a 6th grade field trip, $500. New Berlin Plastics, support the New Berlin Backfire Build Team, $250. ABB Group, support New Berlin West with a donation of 4 gently used standing desks valued at $400. Ronald Reagan Home and School, support Ronald Reagan with buses for a 2nd grade field trip, $500. Ronald Reagan Home and School, support Ronald Reagan with the purchase of a shredder for the staff copy room, $2,225. Ronald Reagan Home and School, support Ronald Reagan with reimbursements for their fun run teacher purchases, $4,353.35. Orchard Lane PFC, support Orchard Lane by paying for 10 buses for the all-school-wide play at New Berlin West, $1,934.10. Poplar Creek PTO, support Poplar Creek by paying for the buses for a student council field trip, $1,313.82. Elmwood Home and School, support Elmwood by helping to offset the cost of the all-school field trip, $3,500. Eisenhower Band Boosters, support the band department with a monetary donation to offset the Disney trip funds of $500. Orchard Lane PFC, support Orchard Lane by paying for the kindergarten buses for a field trip, $357.06. Mathnasium New Berlin, support Elmwood with a monetary donation for staff appreciation, $1,000. Herb Cole Educational Foundation, support Elmwood with a monetary donation to be used for student-centered materials, $6,000. The Herb Cole Foundation, support Matthew Hunt Fellowship of New Berlin West of $6,000. Herb Cole Educational Foundation, support the Diane Hudai Cole Fellowship at New Berlin West, $6,000. New Berlin West Youth Football Club, support a scholarship at New Berlin West, $2,000. And the Ronald Reagan Home and School, pay for the buses for a sixth grade field trip of $500. Total amount of donations, $39,708.19. Thank you to all the generous donors.
Yes, thank you. That's very appreciated. On to the next item on the agenda, which is the consent agenda. It includes the notice, the approval of minutes of the board meeting on May 13th, the financial reports, and the HOSA International Leadership Conference field trip application. Are there any items that should be pulled out for separate consideration? And hearing none, do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion by Mr. Helmer and a second by Ms. Crosby to approve the consent agenda as presented. Any discussion? Hearing none, and all those in favor, raise your right hand. Motion passes. On to the regular agenda. To approve the CISA number 1, 2024-25 contract.
So we recommend approval of the attached 2024-25 agreement with CISA 1 for the 2024-25 school year. This is an annual agreement for the various services listed before you.
Do I have a motion?
So moved.
I have a motion by Mr. Helmer and a second by Ms. Crosby to approve the CISA number 1, 2024-25 contract. Any discussion? Then all those in favor, raise your right hand. Motion passes. We have a first read of the policy revisions from the semi-annual catch-up, the Neola Update 32-2. So no action at this time. It will be at the next meeting. Does anybody have any questions at this time?
I did want to point out that policy 8700, employees who are nursing, note that this policy is actually being changed by Neola, and it's going to be called nursing, or it's called nursing mothers, but it should be employees who are nursing. And the reason why is because it's to distinguish from students or visitors, and it will be corrected on the next agenda for your approval. But other than that, everything is pretty straightforward, and if you have any comments, questions, or concerns, please let us know sooner than later. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time for us to hear back from Neola, and then sometimes, as Janet knows, when Janet pushes the envelope, sometimes we have to contact our own legal counsel. So it might take a little bit of time to get back. So the sooner the better. We appreciate that.
Yes, and please take some time to review these before our next meeting and try to get those questions in if you have any. Then action items discussed in closed session. I believe we have one.
I move to approve the employment compensation agenda as presented.
Second.
So I have a motion by Ms. Spindler and a second by Mr. Helmer to approve the employment, performance and compensation. I'm sorry, we already did our discussion. So all those in favor, raise your right hand. Motion passes. And we have our future meetings and dates. Board meetings are generally held the second and fourth Mondays, beginning at 7:00 p.m. in Conference Room E, which is here at the district offices, unless noted otherwise, which happens to be in June. Both of the June meetings, June 10th and June 24th, will be at New Berlin West. Is that going to be in the Commons? Will it be in the library area, Commons? Okay. And then July 22nd is the only meeting in July, which will be back here again. Some other important dates, we have the last days of school coming up, June 7th, and then the Eisenhower graduation is June 7th, and the West graduation is June 8th. Now, we are going to return to closed session, so if I could please have a motion to return to closed session with the appropriate citing of the statutes. Yeah, you have to do it again. Oh, and it should say, oh, we should have had on here, it should be for, it's for superintendent contract modification.
So I move to adjourn into closed session pursuant to section 19.851 C, E, and F of the Wisconsin statutes to consider the superintendent contract.
Second.
So a motion by Ms. Crosby and a second by Mr. Helmer to move into closed session. Please call the roll.
Ms. Crosby?
Yes.
Mr. Helmer?
Yes.
Ms. Konick?
Yes.
Ms. Schultz?
Yes.
Ms. Spindler?
Yes.
Mr. Zelinski?
Yes.
Then we are moving into closed session, and the plan is to adjourn from closed session. Thank you.